government on this one?
Sure, I do. You see, when I saw this headline, I was one of the happiest people on earth. You know why? Magdavis, in 2018, I launched a campaign called Beyond Certificate.
Okay.
Now, the reason for that was the fact that I went into research to actually consider the future of education.
Okay.
And I discovered that Nigeria is like 100 years backward. You know?
Okay.
And at some point, I now discovered that it takes about 50 years for the school, for education system to adopt new ideas. Like, let's say, for example, we have something like blockchain technology currently. You know, it's very, very rare for you to go to school and see students that are acquainted with such knowledge. Or for example, you go to, like when I was in school, I asked one of the students in banking and finance, you know, one question like that has to do with cryptocurrency, you know. And that moment in time, that was when I knew that now these people doesn't know anything that is trending, but it's only that thing that has been in their textbook, you know. Now, what curriculum does is that it actually influences our lives when we go to school, because it means that you are limited to what has been written in that curriculum. And our curriculum is backward. And that's why you see a graduate, we graduate and come out. A graduate can never have an engaging conversation that has to do with the trend, because the curriculum has conditioned him to focus in the past. And today we have what they call half-life. Knowledge half-life these days. Yeah, a few years ago it was about 4 to 5 years, but now it's about 2 to 3 years. Here is what I mean by half-life. Half-life is the knowledge you have today might actually be relevant only 2 to 3 years before it expires.
Yes.
Which means that the world we are in today, the new technology and the new invention that is coming up, you actually see it today. Maybe in the next 1 year or 2 years, it's even getting slimmer every single day. In the next 1 to 2 years, that knowledge will become irrelevant. But in the school system, we barely attend to this curriculum, because I don't know whether because we are not really interested in these things. They just want to make money and all of that. But the school curriculum has actually affected a lot of people all around. You know, at some point I concluded that the reason for increase in unemployment basically in Africa and Nigeria as a country is not really because of the unavailability of work, but the unpreparedness of individuals to seize the opportunities that are in workplaces, because they are not just equipped. And a lot of people knows that with what they have been taught in school, that curriculum, that is really not enough to prepare them in solving today's problem, because today's problem involves critical thinking, critical analysis, and the rest of them. I think there is these 7 key points that World Economic Forum actually listed out when it comes to skills that people should be really interested in the 21st century. But if you go to school, we are still delving into all of that. Let me just tell this story. You know, I at some point in my education journey, I dropped out. Okay. Do you know the reason why I dropped out? It wasn't because of the fact that I didn't love education. I love education so much because I give myself personal education. You know, I read a lot, I research a lot. That's me. I love doing it. But at some point, I discovered that even the course I was studying is backward compared to the technology I was seeing coming up on a broad daylight, which we are not even considering bringing into the system. You get the point? Now, this is the reason why some graduates will graduate from school, they will come out, but they cannot engage with the reality of life.
I agree with you.
So I believe, I'm very, very happy, like very, very happy, you know, that, okay, for example, the former Minister of Education, right, that's Adamu, right? There's one of the things that he did when he was there, he removed history in placement for Arabic education. So if our history will not be there and the rest of it, I now ask myself, what's the essence of removing history? Because that's the foundation of our school system, and this curriculum is supposed to have this thing so that we know where we are coming from, who we are, and can understand. You get the point?
Yeah.
So those things were removed, and it's not really okay to, you know, for you as a Nigerian, maybe you travel outside the country, you cannot tell about where you are coming from, who you are, and the rest of them. So I believe it's a very nice move for this curriculum to be attended to, because this curriculum hold a lot. It has a lot to do with the destiny of people. Because if the curriculum is tampered with and addressed very well, you discover that we begin to bring up the consciousness of individuals, students in school, in order to start thinking creatively and innovatively.
Yeah.